Yeah, hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about the moment of inertia. Before going for moment of inertia, let us see what is the meaning of center of gravity. So what is the meaning of center of gravity? So basically center of gravity is a point where the total weight of the body acts, while centroid is basically it is a point about which entire area is acting for a lamina or a plane figure. So here center of gravity refers to the center of the body and centroid refers to the center of the plane area, or else it is a lamina. Now here we have something called moment of area. So moment of area is equal to what? It is area multiplied by perpendicular distance from the reference axis. Now I'll just show you one figure. If this is a lamina and we have a x-axis, this is y-axis and this is x-axis, and this is the center of the lamina. Now this is x bar and this is y bar. Okay, so if I want to calculate the moment of area, so moment of area is equal to what? Moment of area is equal to, and this area is A. So A into, if I want to calculate the moment with respect moment of the area with respect to x axis, so it will be area multiplied by perpendicular distance means what? You will be getting A into y bar, that is with respect to x axis. Now with respect to y axis, if I want to calculate, so it will be A into x bar. Okay, and moment of area is also called as first moment of area. And if you are going to multiply, or else if you are going to calculate the moment of area, that means moment of area means what? So basically a moment of area is called as moment of inertia, which is actually equal to moment of area. That means this is the of moment. Okay, that means you are going to multiply the perpendicular distance square. Like twice you are going to multiply. This is with respect to what? And moment of inertia is actually denoted by I. Since I am going to consider with respect to y axis, so this is A into x bar square. And if you are going to consider with respect to x axis, it will be A into y bar square, because y bar is a perpendicular distance from the x axis. Okay, now we are going to calculate. I'll just take one area here. So randomly I'll just take a area. If this is the area, now as I told you, if I'm going to consider only a strip of elemental strip, and this is your x axis and this is your y axis, and this is a x value and this is a y value, that means the centroid of a small area, and this is elemental area, that is dA. Now if I want to calculate the moment of inertia of this particular lamina with respect to x axis, it will be integration of what? Y square into dA. That means you are going to integrate the whole area, so it will be integration of y square into dA. Similarly Iy is equal to what? Integration of x square into dA. Okay, so this is how we are going to calculate the area, where x is what? X is the distance from the x axis, that too for the particular elemental area, and similarly y is the what? Distance from the y axis to the elemental area. Now you have something called radius of gyration. Okay, so radius of gyration, it is actually denoted by k. So radius of gyration is equal to what? Basically radius of gyration of a area with respect to a particular axis is square root of the quotient of the moment of area divided by the area. That means it is square root of I by A. So this is the radius of the gyration. If you are going to calculate with respect to x axis, it will be Ix divided by A, ky is equal to Iy divided by A. Okay, so this is the radius of gyration. Now, you have something called polar moment of inertia also. So this is polar moment of inertia. So polar moment of inertia is actually the moment of inertia with respect to the axis which is perpendicular to both the axes. That means if you have x axis and y axis perpendicular to these two axes, you will be having one more axis. So uh, for moment of inertia about this axis is called as moment of polar moment of inertia, and the unit is same only, that is like unit of moment of inertia is what it is, area. Basically moment of inertia is a into x square or y square. So it will be, this is meter square and here also will be getting meter square. So I will be meter to the power of 4 or else it is mm to the power of 4 you will be getting. Now you have parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. So I'll just show you what is a parallel axis theorem. So parallel axis theorem. Okay, so to prove this one, I'll just take a elemental area here, like whole area, and I'm going to consider one small elemental area, that is dA. So this is elemental area. Okay, so this is a centroidal axis, that is xx, and I'll be considering a axis which is parallel to elemental area 1 1. So this is y bar, and from the element axis to centroid, so that is y. Now so what is the meaning of parallel axis theorem is, parallel axis theorem states that if moment of area of a plane area about an axis through its CG, which is denoted by Ixx, the moment of inertia of the area about any reference axis 1 1 to parallel to axis and at a distance y bar from CG as shown in the figure. So I11 is given by Ixx plus A into y bar square. So this is the statement of the parallel axis theorem. Whereas, see, the meaning is what? Xx axis is what? It is a centroidal axis, and 1 1 axis is actually parallel to the centroidal axis. So if you want to calculate moment of inertia along 1 1 axis, it will be equal to moment of inertia along the centroidal axis plus area of the figure multiplied by centroidal distance. Now what is Ixx? It is actually moment of inertia about xx axis. I11 is moment of inertia about the reference axis, that is 1 1. Now A is total area of the body and y bar is distance of the CG of the body from 1 1 axis. Now we will just derive this particular equation. So what I'll do is, first I'll take moment of inertia of element about 1 1. See, you have seen in the figure, no? So it is dA into y plus y, y bar plus y. Why? Because see, from the bottom it was like, see, the figure was like this, no? So here you have elemental area, you had elemental area, this is your xx axis and this is your 1 1 axis. So from this axis it is y and from here it is y bar. So if you want to calculate the moment of this particular elemental area dA with respect to 1 1, so you have to multiply the area with respect to what? Perpendicular distance. So if you see, perpendicular distance from this elemental area with respect to 1 1 is equal to what? Y plus y bar. So I have considered this one. So moment of inertia is what? Moment of inertia is actually second moment. Okay. Now I'll be calculating moment of inertia of element, or is already we have considered the element, no? So we are going to consider moment of whole area or whole body about 1 1. So which is equal to what? I am going to summation. I'm going to do the summation here. That is y bar plus y whole square. So that is dA. So I'll just expand this one, y bar square plus y square. It is 2 into y bar into y. Now just multiply the terms. Okay. So dA into y square plus summation of dA into y bar into y. Now I'll just write down the terms here. Okay. So here summation of dA into y bar square. So what is this? Basically this summation of dA is equal to what? You can just write it down. It is A into y bar, because summation of dA is what? It is A. Then summation of dA into y square is equal to what? It is basically Ixs, that is moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. Then summation of dA into y will be equal to 0. That is moment of area about the centroid is equal to 0. See, from the definition you know, right? See, what is the meaning of centroid? The centroid is actually, it is a point where moment of area is equal to 0. Okay, just substitute the values here. So as per this is 0 and this is equal to what? Ixx. Then what is this value? It is A into y bar square. So you can just write it down. So this is I11, no? This is I11. So you'll be getting I11 is equal to what? It is A into y bar square, this value, plus what about this value? This is actually Ixx. So this value anyhow it is 0. So this will be your parallel axis theorem. Okay. So similarly, you can just go for one more axis, that is 2, 2, which is parallel to what? Y axis. So this is equal to A into x bar square plus I y. Okay. So this is the parallel axis theorem. Now we'll just go for perpendicular axis theorem. Okay. So perpendicular axis theorem. Perpendicular axis theorem. Okay, so perpendicular axis theorem state that if Ixx and Iyy be the moment of inertia of plane section about two perpendicular axes, that is xx and yy, in the plane of section, then moment of inertia of the section Izz about the axis zz perpendicular to the plane and passing through the intersection of xx and yy is given by Izz is equal to Ixx plus Iyy. So now see, it is nothing but what? Here you have a area. So this is the area. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. This is a lamina. Now here small area is there, that is dA. This is just I'll show you. So here you have perpendicular, you have one more axis, that is perpendicular to these two axes, you have one more axis. So this value is what? This is y, that is perpendicular distance with respect to x axis is y. Perpendicular axis with respect to y axis is x, and this I'll be considering it as r. Now by the definition, what is the moment of inertia about zz axis? So this is your zz axis. Okay. So moment of inertia is equal to what? Area multiplied by perpendicular distance square. So perpendicular distance is r square. Now if you see this figure, basically if you can just apply the Pythagoras theorem, because it is a right angle triangle, no? So just apply that. So you will be getting r is equal to what? That is r square is equal to x square plus y square. So it is going to you can just use the Pythagoras theorem directly. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. Now I'll just write it and I'll just expand this one. So this is Izz. Now what is this? It is actually Iyy, and this is equal to what? This is Izz. Okay. So if you are going to consider, so this will be the perpendicular axis theorem. That means Izz is equal to Ixx plus Ixx plus Iyy.